Welcome to the Day and Night Let's Play channel. I'm Phazon.
I'm Monkey Ninja 2001.
And I'm K-Bass.
And welcome to A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Probably my favorite Zelda game. I just enjoy playing it so many times. I can't even tell you how many times I've beaten this game.
Well, I mean, it definitely stands the test of time. I think this is actually probably the first Zelda I've ever played. Now I think about it.
Would stay the same, but, well, no, I played this back when I was much older. I didn't get to play this until I got a Wii, because I never had a Super Nintendo.
I played it back when it first came out. My brother had a Super Nintendo, but I was terrible at this game, and I couldn't get anywhere. So a while later, I came back to it, and it ended up being so fun, I just kept playing it.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. I mean, honestly, in this day and age, it looks like 2D games are aging, ironically, better than the 3D games, despite the fact that 3D games tend to be newer.
I mean, I think, quite frankly, it's like pre-64, or like pre-beginning of 3D. I don't know, I think a lot of people would definitely say that the 16-bit era is like, you know, everyone would say that's the best era.
Yeah, it seems there's a big debate as to what the best Zelda entry is. I mean, it's split right down the middle by, you know, gamers across the generations, it looks like.
Between, you know, this game and Ocarina of Time, of course.
Yeah. I never actually paid attention to the story. Like, the in-game story. I know, it's kind of weird how, like, it seemed like at first they try to make the Zelda games basically their own separate stories, right? Before they try to connect it all through Hyrule's Historia, or how did that work out?
Usually, I guess that the way they did it, it was kind of assumed that each Link was a different one. But then, like, they started to talk about the timeline and all this stuff. People started making up their own timeline. And Nintendo came out with this official one, which is kind of stupid. But I don't want to talk about that because it's kind of stupid.
Three-way split.
Look at that. That one random red guy, he's over there in the corner. Kind of caught my attention. It's like, screw you guys, I'm gonna use a spear.
Like my red.
Wow, this came out in 91? This came out the year I was born.
Yeah, pretty old game.
I like the effect they used for the Triforce.
In case it wasn't obvious, the person playing right now is going to be Greg. He's going to be the one playing through the whole playthrough. So yeah, this should be interesting. I mean, typically he goes through most of these games without dying, but... Dan?
Why at night?
Oh.
Trying to make, yeah, I'm trying to make everything make more sense.
Agano.
Agano. It is again. I can never pronounce that name. It's not so odd and everything. And now we get the introduction, of course, of Uncle. He's going to be a very, very important character in this game.
Look at that, he's Mario with blue hair.
Okay, Link, what I want you to do is not leave this house. Stay inside.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw a review on Amazon, right? And this guy who reviewed A Link to the Past. It was brilliant the way he trolled the community. Basically, he's like, you know what? I heard excellent things about this game. Like, people were saying, like, this is probably one of the best games ever created, right? And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. I'll go ahead and buy it. It's not that expensive, right? So I'll go and try it out myself. It's just like, honestly, I don't see what people are seeing in this game. Like, you know, I boot up the game, I see this castle, and I see my uncle tells me not to go out of the house. So I look around the house, I keep throwing pots, but then I just can't figure out what to do. I'm over here waiting and waiting. I seriously sit there and wait for like 3 hours, and he doesn't come back. I don't see why anyone could like this game.
You had one job.
Well, I mean, to tell the truth, like, I mean, that sounds kind of like, you know, obviously he's trolling, right? And I mean, I didn't do it justice the way I said it. Like, his timing was a bit better, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember specifically my first experience with Pokemon Red and Blue. Now, when I played Pokemon Red and Blue before, like, Pokefever actually came out, and, like, before the anime got, like, super popular, right? Back when anime was, like, on UPN. Yeah, if that doesn't tell you anything, most people probably haven't even heard of UPN. But, my first experience with Pokemon, I couldn't figure out how to get out of the house or the stairs. So I literally sat there for like 40 minutes saying, what the hell am I supposed to do? This is stupid. I don't want to play this anymore.
Oh my.
Yeah, a pretty fail moment of my early childhood.
So what's going on exactly right now, Greg?
Well, Link gets a telepathic message saying that her name is Zelda, Princess Zelda, and she's being kidnapped. She's held inside. She needs your help. Uncle says, "Don't go. You go anyway because you're a jerk." And now you're inside the castle.
There you go. Along with soldiers who... This is obviously before Metal Gear Solid, because, you know, they have no idea you're here.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird. The enemies with, like, the short swords, they just kind of run around and do whatever. But the enemies with longer swords, like that one, that just got one-shotted by a pot, they if they see you, they go straight after. They get really aggressive.
Oh, okay.
What I find really strange about this game is you have a sword. You know, it doesn't look like it's a weak sword. It looks like it might be made of metal or something. But for some reason, pots are just so much stronger. Like, look at that. It took 3 hits to kill that guy. But if I had a pot, I would have one-shotted him.
You don't mess with the power of a pot.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool mechanic, I think, to be honest. I like the way that they included that.
I mean, I don't mind that they included it. It's just, it allows you to have more range. But it's like...
You would expect the sword to be stronger.
It's stronger than a sword.
Well, in Link's Awakening, the boomerang's like the best item. It's like better than the sword. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's true.
So the payoff, you have to do quite a bit in order to get it, though, so...
Huh.
What am I doing?
I shouldn't ask, too. You seem to be running into the walls and everything.
I was getting distracted a lot.
Oh, okay. Alright, so what exactly are you doing for the playthrough, as in, like, what are you collecting? And you're doing everything, right? I'm
getting all the items. I don't really care for getting all the hearts, usually in most of the games. I love that about this game. Just knock enemies off pits and they just fall.
Yep, it's super awesome when enemies knock you off a pit.
Oh, God.
What? I didn't say anything.
I'm gonna get all the items. I don't really care for heart pieces. I'll get a number. I'll get a decent amount, but I usually don't get them all.
Okay. That makes sense.
God, that's a really intimidating set of doors there.
Oh, yeah. Angry eyes.
Nom nom.
This is kind of a pointless.
I like how these guards don't notice me as I come inside and the door makes a loud thud noise.
Before Metal Gear Solid, there were blue soldiers.
And you get the boomerang, which is one of the staples of the Zelda series. I don't think there's a Zelda game that doesn't have a boomerang.
I've never thought about it. Maybe.
Well,
no, wait.
Zelda 2, but I don't know if you want to count that because you really have nothing in that game.
Hahaha, Zelda 2. Arguably one of the hardest games ever created.
Don't want to even think about that game.
Now, here's an example of this. I have a sword, but no, I'd rather throw pots at you. Do more damage.
How anticlimactic. Ha ha ha, look at me, I've got a badass ball and chain and, oh god, no, not a pot.
My one weakness.
A pot, my one weakness. Now let me explode and turn into a key. God.
They just say they're like demon soldiers or whatever. They just randomly combust into skulls.
Well, how do you think Hideo Kojima thought about it? So is Link's hair in this game supposed to be like pink?
Yeah,
like, what is that pink supposed to be?
Something I actually found out, because of the sprite work, they had to make his hair pink, or else they would have had to do something else. Like, I'm guessing they would have had to change his tunic from green to something else. So since they wanted to keep that, they made his hair pink.
Okay. Different.
Huh. Yeah, I never noticed that. Like, I guess the tunic's 2 different shades of green.
true. You gotta say they have I guess it's regular green, I suppose, or forest actually is a better word. Forest and sage. That being said, though, what do you guys exactly think about the what people are calling A Link to the Past 2?
Well, that's where Nintendo's like officially calling A Link to the Past 2. You just walk through that guy.
Yeah, when enemies are stunned, they kind of just move everything, I guess.
No hitboxes. Except you can actually hit them, though, I'm sure.
But yeah, Link to the Past 2. I was glad they did it. I wouldn't have minded any new Zelda game really, but since they went with a sequel to this game, it made me even happier.
Definitely.
I actually think it's gonna be kind of interesting what they do with the 3D effects. Hopefully, it won't turn out too gimmicky.
What they're applying to now and everything. Can't push on that side. I never actually tried that side. I always tried the left side.
She says to push it from the left. I guess I just wasn't getting it. And Dark Room. I see a lot of these.
These rats. These rats steal rupees from you, right? When you get hit? Or am I thinking of a different enemy?
No. I don't... There's no enemies that take rupees from you. But there's an annoying kid that if he bumps into you, will make you drop rupees and bombs and arrows and run up and take them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I had a little elf. And you can't kill him either.
In the forest, that's right.
Hey, look, it's a rope.
Yeah, I don't know where they got the names this came from. They're not bats, they're keys. They're not statues that come to life, they're... I don't even remember the name. Oh well.
It's something that's not the name statue that comes to life. The thinking man.
Ooh, a little bit of slowdown. Yeah, that's the thing about old school Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games. When you get a lot of sprites on the screen, it's gonna slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
I never noticed it too much on this one, though.
It usually doesn't happen. I know a couple of times where it always happens for me, but usually I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I remember happening every now and then, like maybe when a bunch of soldiers were chasing you or something.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Now, what I'm curious is, like, where's this light coming from? Is it a light he's using his lantern or something?
No, it's always there. Even if I were to put the lantern up, the light would still be there. I'm guessing Link has
bioluminescence.
Night vision.
He traded his eyes for cat eyes. Unfortunately, they're not completely in, so he can only see like 2 feet.
What a useless superpower.
You know, sometimes you might need to see 2 feet in front of you. You never know.
In the dark.
I can see 2 feet, no more, no less.
With a little bit of range. A little bit of width, I mean.
That reminds me of that guy in Naruto who like fights with the shadows. Shikamaru, I think.
I'm not familiar with Naruto.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, looks like that's the end of this part.
Just about.
We end up in a church, or no, sanctuary, I'm sorry. Actually, the same exact thing.
One of the things I really like about the game is that the map is really good. Although I don't really ever use it because I pretty much know the game pretty well. But the map is pretty well. And if you talk to the right people, they'll even mark spots where you need to go next.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyways, guys, that's it.
Handy.
Looks like that's it for right now. See you next time.